Hey, good morning, everybody. It's the 26th, July 2019, and VSTM is who I'm watching today. I've got alerts set up for my bio watch list, and I've got it sorted right now for volume. Um, Basically, let me pull up the news so you can see what the catalyst was. Um, it said late Thursday that it has entered into an exclusive licensing deal with SNY Sanofi. Um, Upfront payment of $5 million, eligible to receive up to $42 million, um, and also royalties. I want to say I saw that up there somewhere. Yeah, plus double-digit percentage royalties based on future net sales. So, in other words, this particular catalyst, they're getting $5 million up front. This is going to have, a shot in the arm for their P&L, for their. Uh, well, we're getting all kinds of alerts. Let's turn that off. Computer's running a little slow right now. Thanks to all that. Cancel alert. There. So you saw, just learned something there. Time and sales. News, level 2, watch list, general news, uh, price target, JP Morgan. Those are, they can have a bit of a catalyst, right? Up or down. So anyway, let's focus on this one, VSTM. So we know what the catalyst is. Here's the recent charts. They've had a little bit of price action. You can use different scanners and different resources to find the short percentage. And the float shares available, 73 million. So it's not a tiny float by any means, but it's hopping along pretty good this morning. Let me show you time and sales and the chart set up. And let's go into 1 day. I use TOS and I also use Webull. And I was already in this guy before. I was in right in here. It had the little pullback. You see that red candle? Thanks to my alert, I saw what was going on, and when it pulled back, I hopped on and wrote it up and then sold it out. I'm not trading anymore right now. I just wanted to take some time to record a video and show you guys some different things that I'm looking at and that I do, okay? So, time and sales gives us exactly what it's trading at. You have your range 157. It's running pretty tight right at the moment because we're way early pre-market. We're almost 2 hours from the bell. So anyway, then you got your level 2, shows you the bid and ask, and you've got your news section. So one of the things I watch for, one of my little indicators, is see what's going on when the retail traders come online at 6 a.m. You get so many of them in there. A lot of traders saw the news and they were waiting, and then they bought in and then obviously sold out. You see the candle with volume, right? So anywho, so there's that. I use TOS and I use Webull. Webull gives me full market hours, so I can go from one end to the other. And what else I want to show you right quick before I put you on pause, because I'm not going to keep you here for 2.5 hours, right? Pre-market is limit orders only. Once we get to the bell, you can put an order with a trail stop, and I can show you how to do that right quick. It's called advanced orders. Let's right click, buy. Actually, before I do that, let's close time and sales, close level 2. Let's go to active trader. You know about where it's trading at, so you know about what you're going to be able to afford. So just go ahead and preset it. let's say 500 shares. Leave auto send off unless you're very proficient with trading. So just leave that off, okay? That's my suggestion. All right. Now, right click, buy, edit. Let's close that. Give ourselves a little bit of room. Now, what I normally do is identify on pre-market. You know, my little Weeble, I got it in and out. But if I'm going to trade market hours, which at this point, that's probably what I'm going to do. Because a lot of times people are going to take their profit, right? And it's going to come on down. So if I'm going to trade market hours, which is safest, I'm going to wait for volume to push up the price. This one has the potential for a little bit of a short squeeze. I know it's got some short interest. And, you know, I expect a pullback, generally speaking, followed by a push up. Basically similar to a fish hook pattern. So back to our order. Single order, first trigger sequential. Okay. And our active trader, we had it at 500, so there's a 500. Right now it's a limit order. Okay. And then come on all the way over here to this little menu. Create opposite order. And usually, you know, one of the things I like to do, I don't do it all the time, but one of the things I like to do is sell most of it, but not all of it. So let's say we keep 475 on our shares. That way we've got some profits just running around out there in case it decides to shoot up more for the rest of the day, right? Then I get my profits initially, and then I have the opportunity to close out the rest of it later on in the day. Trail stop. And you can do pennies, right? Or you can go right into a percentage. Hopefully we're buying it on the way up. Go to a negative number. That way it's trailing it for a negative. And if we do, you know, whip out the old calculator, that's what I would do, right? So bear with me a second while we watch the charts. My apologies for not being up to speed. Alright, so we're currently trading about 158. It's probably going to come up and then come back down. We'll estimate a buy-in somewhere around 146, 150. We'll say 150. So 1.5. It's about 4 cents would be 3%. Yeah, I like 3%. Sounds pretty good. I mean, we want it to go up and then back down. So you know, it's okay to have a tight trail stop if you're day trading something and you just want to lock it in, right? Or you could do a little bit wider trail stop if you want to give it a little more room. But I want to keep it tight. I just want a base hit. You know, I'm not looking for a home run. Not in this catalyst. It's not a huge catalyst, you know, but it's enough to give it some price action. And we've been seeing some nice volume for this time of day. So we're going to run 3 trail stop, confirm send. Right. So, and this right here, I haven't talked to him about my commission charges yet, but I will. And then we're going to sell out. You know, that's if it's sold out right now, it would be selling out a little bit lower than our buy-in. But if we buy it on the way up, then hopefully we'll get all of our money back. And then in addition to that, have some shares floating around out there that are pretty well paid for with our profits. All right. So there it is. Then just hit send. Boom. There you go. Which I'm not doing that. But anyway. and delete our order. Practice your trading with on demand, or practice your trading with paper trading, and get familiar with the orders and how well they work. You know, my suggestions are just based on what I like to do from time to time. I make mistakes. I've been up for a long time. I might just have told you something totally wrong. So, for sure, practice everything with paper trading and narrow it down. Here's a nice little pullback. Let's get our time and sells back up. Let's get our news back up and our level 2 back up. So whenever I'm actually executing the order, this is what it looks like. This is how I have my charts. And I'll have that blown up so I can see the volume push up. But you see our profit taking coming down. Okay? I'm going to put you on hold for now. We'll catch you back a little bit later. Okay, guys, we're getting close to 8 a.m. Central, which is when the Robinhood traders come online. And let's take a quick look at the, say, 10-day chart. And you can see what it's been transpiring. Uh-oh, got a glitch. So we're kind of up and down. And then we kind of shut up yesterday. We had some short interest in this thing. So yesterday might have had a little bit of them guys buying out because they had their licensing agreement. And that's what's causing our price action today. We might have already covered this. I don't know. I've been up a while, so bear with the fact that I'm a little slow at the moment. But I do have a gift for you. See that red candle right there with the volume push? Anyway, I'm going to give you a present. Look over here. You'll have to pause the video, but here's the tickers. And 99.9% of this is bio. Okay? We start with ABBB all the way down to alt. Okay? So alt all the way down to AZRX. That's a lot of A's, isn't it? AZRX all the way down to CFRX. Not a lot of B's. CFRX to ears. Ears. GTHX. Kayla. MNTA. NUS. PRTO. SGRY. Right. TXMD. All the way down to Zyme. Now, since we're still pre-market, I generally sort them out by volume. Boom, 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 boom. Have the highest volume up top. SLS, we're all familiar with that one, right? What we got here? Let's go 20 days. Something about SLS, you see the range of movement initially, and then it starts trending down. I mean, it's still got a little bit of price action, right? But the range of movement tightens up. Notice how we have our range. ATR, as we call it, average true range, and then we're really, really tight. And then we come over here, You know, we kind of bump up a bit and then we start to pull back a bit. Okay. SINT. That's one to keep an eye on in the future. I don't think that one's necessarily bio, but I just kind of like it. And they've got a reverse split coming up. Okay. OBLN. Oh, everybody thought that would go up forever, but unfortunately, hopefully they wasn't holding, especially with a broker that they can't, trade early pre-market. Because if they bought yesterday near the highs, and today we're getting down kind of low. It was where that was, and they probably thought, well, we'll go up again tomorrow. Not yet. They're selling about 2.8 million shares, also known as, you guessed it, dilution. EVOC, another one we're familiar with, right? Whoever bought it down here did pretty good. 104 to 116, that's not bad. It's good enough for a cheap old stock, right? Ritter, I know they had some kind of news. Yeah, they're raising some cash. One that I've traded a few times. I'll show you that one. It's this guy right here, Outlook. Let's pull up to 180. Oh, well, up darn. $20. Oh, and then they had a split. But, it is what it is. Alright, let's go back to what we're watching. It's almost time for Robinhood to come online. There they are. Look there, Robinhood. Some's buying, a little bit of fear of missing out. Some selling. So this might just be a little consolidation time frame, up and down real tight. Alright, well, I'll leave you with this for now, and we'll come in after the bell. And let's see, I think there's really nothing else until after the bell for me to show you. Yeah, here's our Robinhood, guys. You see that? Not that we know in advance what's going to happen, right? We're just some random trader. May or may not know anything. Obviously, you want to do your due diligence. You want to do your part. Follow your rules. But hopefully this video sheds a little light on some things. Boom. Okay? Alright. And bear in mind, the candlestick is a lagging indicator. Because right now we're trading about 143. Nice fat orders. But it's not obvious just looking at that because you don't see the up and down so much. This is second by second, This is minute by minute. 1 day, 1 minute chart. But this is what I go by. And in conjunction with this, along with this. So time and sales, the chart, especially the volume. Level 2, I want a nice tight spread. And then keep the news open in case it gets halted or they strike while the iron's hot and offer a dilution. They know ahead of time that they're going to announce a PR. And I've seen it happen before. Same day they announce a PR, they also announce the dilution. you know. And if you're not protecting your capital, you're liable to get caught right up in that downturn. All right, that's it for now. Going back on pause. Okay, guys, it's right before the bell. We've got about 5 minutes, and we'll take this. I like to use percentage change once the bell rings. So we're going to have our top gainers for the day show up here. And we're quite a bit up from yesterday's close, so it ought to show up. And just a quick reminder, you can see the activity picking up. Just a quick reminder on advanced orders. And then you come down here to edit. And you can also do first triggers OCO. One cancels the other, so what that stands for. Come over here to your little menu, create opposite order, and since we're wanting an OCO, you're going to create two of them. Alright, you can also do this on the active trader side, but anyway, if we hit our profit target, let's go say 475, and if it goes against us, we want to sell out, right? We don't want to leave any more in there draining us. Have our limit up top. You can go, I don't know if you can do a trail stop for that one. I don't think so. You can do a stop limit, market unclose. I haven't tried that one. But anywho, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. You got your options over here, but I like first trigger sequential and then having my trail stop in there. So let's just delete that. You can see your pre-market volumes. We're about 2.5 minutes to the bell. ADMA. What else do we want to go over? Reading the news. The news on this one actually broke yesterday. Today's the 26th, so it actually broke yesterday. So personally, I expect it to have less effect today than what would have had the news broke this morning. Had the news broke this morning, we would have got a nice. I think that would have happened all the way through this morning. Instead of the selling out profit takers. People that bought in over here, if they're up above, they're taking their profits. So I'm still expecting a pullback around the bell. I could be wrong. That's why we're ready with them. A lot of times I'll watch the charts with my computer, and I'll have my phone that I use for stock trading logged in, and I'll be paying attention to the time and sales, plus looking for the confirmation, what I call true confirmation, with volume pushing it up. And you can see the speed of time and sales. It's moving kind of slow. Once the bell rings, this ought to speed up considerably. Okay. All right. We're about 45 seconds away. We'll just kind of watch it, see what happens. I want to pull up something else while we're doing that. we go. 6 seconds. 145, 143. There's the bell. Notice the volume. Choppiness. A lot of times it'll take a little bit to get our direction, you know. Here's our top gainers. Look at that. There's number 2 at 10. A lot of green over here. Even. Then we got some losers. Now I know what Cure's doing. Yeah, we got our profit taking coming on. Dipped all the way down to 140s. Sometimes the ones that are the biggest losers, they'll have a bounce. Yeah. 140. We got some profit taking going on. I don't blame them. If you got profits, lock them in, right? Hold and hope don't end well. Looks like we're right around in here. Here was some profit taking yesterday. But volume's pushing down. It's moving a lot faster now than what it was pre-market. Look at the size of those orders. Do you see that? $3,500. $1.39. Volume still pushing down. We're down to 6%. Nice size orders. You could very well turn around. This one's still down. It went as far down as 40. It's going to keep going down some. Now we got some buy orders coming in. Notice our level 2, how it filled up for us. Whereas when we was in pre, we only had, you know, especially if you start early pre, you're only going to have a few of them. We got a really tight spread between the bid and the ask. That's always a plus. These numbers over here, they're just reflective of my SMAs, our long-term SMA. And then we got some volume going. But knowing what's going on over here gives us a little better read than just looking at, you know, the candles. I see exactly where it's trading at. Whether or not I've got a wall of green or a mixed green and red. There's a little wall of green. You know, we're starting to make some progress now. Alright. This other one over here looks like it's leveling off. Staying at about 40 below. 40% in the red. The catalyst, you know, it basically means that they're going to have some income that's going to help their earnings. It's going to help their bottom line. So I expect it to start gaining some speed. And there it goes. We're at 144 now. Got a lot more green than red. And that just changed again. But we're still at 145. You know. All right. Well, let's see what we got. We jumped all the way down here, and then we're kind of pushing back up. And if you have your trail stop in there on a cheap stock, you know, or even on the bigger stocks, you can go percentage wise, or you can go penny wise. You know, 5 cents, 10 cents, whatever, and it'll just follow it. Um, just depends on how you want to place your order. Practice it. Use some on demand. Use some paper trading. Log in real time. Paper trade with your phone. You know, log in on the phone with the paper trade side. All right. So you kind of see what we got here. This one I was already in and out pretty early with Weeble. But we're probably, if I was going to guess, I would guess we're going to finish around 150s or better. You know, but this isn't a guessing game. This is our money on the line. So if you take a position, have your exits planned out, you know, for whatever fits your strategy, whether it's an OCO, trail stop, or just limit orders, you know, or you could do a market order during the hours, but you're going to get some slippage with market orders. That's just the way it is. You only have so many, you know, if you're buying, you're only going to have so many orders at the 144. And then it'll jump on up to the 148, 145, and this doesn't even reflect all the orders that are out there. You know, there's a ton of orders for different numbers, but you can see the volume at pre. This is early pre, and it doesn't take much to move at early pre-market. It doesn't take much volume at all. You know, there's 18,000 shares right there. Let's take a look at that. You know, that candle, we're looking right up in here. 1,200 shares. Yeah, that is nothing. That's nothing. But it's enough. 200 shares. And this candle, 18,000 shares. This was whenever our retail traders come on, 6 o'clock Central Time. That's when Thinkorswim and all those others come on. So if you have a nice trailing stop, it'll just, you can hop in at the low point when you start to see it coming back up and you start getting some greens. And, you know, had we bought at the 143, we'd still be green. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Notice how it's going up now? It's bouncing. It's at 36%. Well, yep. Well, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out, right? Let's see what their news was. I know they had a dilution. Yeah. 7.5 million stocks. Dove 32% pre-market, which we're actually above that negative-wise right now. So if you don't see the setup you want on one end, take a look at the other. You know, and you can do that with just a little click right here. SINT. That was another one. I don't remember. Anyway, that one's not pile, but oh well. You just have to get over it. See there? Click of the mouse. Boom, boom. Okay. They offered a dilution, and usually when there's a dilution, that's the danger of holding these things overnight. You know, had you bought in over here with a little hold and hope, and then they dilute overnight, boom. You know, it's not going to get back up to that $5 today. It's not. You know, it's probably going to finish in the red actually before the day is over. You know, okay. I think that's just about covered everything that I can think of. You have your other watch lists that you can do. You know, analyst upgrades. And something kind of cool here is to look for um, large spread between where it was currently trading and where the price target is. Let's see if they give a number. Outperform. There should be a number on there somewhere. There we go. Price change. What's an average price target of 48? It was at 43 when that came. So not too bad. Right. Okay. Well, that's it. That's it for today. If you have any thoughts or questions or comments, please comment in the Zip Trader or comment on the YouTube, Simon's YouTube. That'd be the best way to go. That way we see the comments and we can react to it. Be safe today, guys. Any day that you're trading, protect your capital so you're the exception and not the rule whenever it comes to the stock market. Have a great day.